All right.
Hey, dude.
How's it going?
It's going, brother. Oh, yeah, you're getting up to get the booze. So you're surprising me with what we got going on here today. Bringing the ice in.
Yeah, I'm bringing the ice in because
I feel like you're getting me back for that ouzo last week.
Oh, I don't know that I am. I saw it and I bypassed this.
Okay.
And then I kept looking and I didn't find anything else that I really wanted to get. And
Right.
I thought, okay, I kind of feel like we're both going to dislike it equally.
Okay.
So, here we go.
All right. What you got for us today?
It's a brand that I know
I like
you
this
don't like and
surprise.
I don't like. It is Buffalo Trace Distillery.
Damn it.
This is White Dog Mash number 1. Corn, rye, and malted barley recipe, 62.5% alcohol by volume. This is 125 proof.
Jesus
125 proof.
All right.
So, Buffalo Trace Distillery. Let's see, what else does it say here? I'm not reading the Buffalo Trace story. They want to hear from their customers, evidently.
So maybe, I'm holding out hope, though, this may be better than...
Distilled and bottled by Buffalo Trace Distillery, Frankfort, Kentucky.
Because, I mean, regular Buffalo Trace bourbon is fucking trash-ass bourbon. I
Right,
hate
I
it
don't
so
care for it.
fucking much.
But so many people like it.
Yeah, it got big.
It's insane. And it's won so many awards.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I don't either.
Maybe I have really bad... Well, it's the same thing we talk about. Maybe I have really shitty taste in music, and I think I have good taste in music. Because like, it seems like the people I think are the worst, like independent artists, the ones that have the most fucking success in the world.
It's something about it. I don't know. But anyway.
Maybe they're just better at sucking dicks than I was.
Could be. Could be the case.
But I'm pretty good at sucking dicks.
You are, surprisingly.
Right? For my tiny-ass mouth. It's because it's so tight. Nice. My mouth is tight like a fucking...
Ooh, that's... Ooh, yeah. You want to take a whiff?
Yeah, fuck. Woo-hoo, that smells,
This
smells like
was
straight...
sitting adjacent to the store-bought moonshine.
That's essentially straight fucking moonshine is what it smells like. Or not moonshine, straight up grain
I
alcohol.
almost bought
If you'd have bought that Smoky Mountain moonshine shit.
No. I've had that before. They do pretty inexpensive tastings up there, and so it's like get drunk cheap.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is adjacent to the moonshine there in the Total Wine, which is where I like to go. But
all right, bitch. Cheers.
better than ouzo.
This is better than Uzo, but goddamn, that's got to burn. Woohoo! That's good. I like it though. It's because it doesn't taste like Buffalo Trace.
Right.
It just tastes like goddamned alcohol with a sprinkle of whiskey in it.
Well, there you go.
So I think we got a good. That's making my face warm. But I think we have a great fucking episode tonight. There's oh god, yes.
Evidently you've got a surprise for me.
I've got a very special surprise.
Yeah.
And I stumbled upon this.
Really?
Yeah, I stumbled upon it.
And
this
it pertains to us or me or just is adjacent? I'm going to use the word adjacent a lot tonight, I think.
It could pertain. We'll see.
Okay.
It fits in with our MO though. So it's good. That's stout, dude. We're gonna bring this back for a fucked up episode. I still think that we should do that for number 50. We've been talking about getting a fucking shit-faced episode where we just get drunk as shit, and I think 50. I think 50 should be the one.
Whew.
It doesn't taste bad. It just tastes like
taste
it
bad,
tastes
but
like
my God,
corn liquor.
It's giving me heartburn. Because I'm an old fucker.
So how's your week, dude?
My week was actually pretty good. I took off on Friday. Okay. Took off on Friday just because...
Joey took a day off from work.
Took a day off from work.
Stop the world, everybody.
I took a day off from work. I didn't have to use a vacation day. I had a floating holiday to be able to use. But my youngest son has moved out, but he hasn't taken his furniture. And
how do you feel about that?
I am happy for him that he feels like he can branch out on his own. Mm-hmm. He's got a really sweet setup, really good deal as far as rent and utilities go. But I'm still not 100% sure that he's ready for all that responsibility.
It's sink or swim.
Sure, absolutely. But I did make sure he understood if he couldn't hack it, he can come back home. But it's not an apartment here,
right.
So anyway, which I mean,
why, man? Make him pay rent if he moves back.
No. I'm saying it's not an apartment where you get to
Oh, yeah.
It's not a complete free-for-all.
Yeah.
I guess is really what I'm saying.
I got you.
But anyway, but he ended up not, because of the rain, not coming and getting any of his stuff, which is fine. Even though I have an enclosed trailer he could have used and kept it all dry, but still. Which I'm actually going to sell that trailer. I don't need it.
That's stout.
So it's very stout. That's why I brought a beer in here as well. So
because you need to add more alcohol to the mix.
Yes.
What is that?
So I
God damn it! You didn't bring. You know the only type of beer I like are sours.
I will go get you one in just a moment.
On our break, get me one on the break.
Okay.
Because just based
I've
on
never had this before. I don't know.
Based on the can, I like it already.
This is by Sons Brewing. It's Sour K, a sour blonde ale.
Okay.
Sour blonde brewed with black currants. I've never had it. I was looking for some of the sours I've had before, just for tomorrow's Mother's Day, and
which I want to talk about.
It's fine, and all the kids are going to be here, and so me and the oldest drink a lot of beer, and. So he just got here because he's staying the night, and I noticed he brought a case of beer in, and I tried to go find some beer as well. And I got a 12 or 24 pack of the black cherry White Claws for he and his girlfriend to have
Jesus
here.
Christ!
So that maybe I wouldn't lose all my.
He likes. Does he like White Claw?
He said that he likes the White Claw, and he said black cherry is the way to go. So I'll try one tomorrow and see if it's any better than the lime.
I just lost so much respect for Gabe.
Well, he also likes Bullet, so I mean, there you go.
That's true. Well, so does your brother.
Sure, but to be honest, you didn't really respect him anyway. So.
I love David.
Yeah, I'm going on vacation with David in 4 weeks.
Yeah,
so I'm just going on vacation with the whole family.
Yeah. I hope he gets really drunk, gets mad, and runs away again.
So.
So I had this guy visit me when I was stationed in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And me, him, and a couple other people were downtown Honolulu.
Now, is this him that visited you, someone I know?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, you've met this guy, but it's not the one you're thinking of.
Okay.
No relation to anyone that we know personally. Anyway.
All right.
Down there drinking, and one of the girls that was hanging out with us was just being a fucking bitch to him because he's a really annoying, like clingy, drunk person. And she hurt his feelings, and he got mad and ran off into the night. He was like, "Fuck you guys, fuck this," and took off fucking running downtown Honolulu. Like, I looked for him for an hour and a half. I couldn't find him anywhere. Went ahead and got back. When I got back home to where I was staying, he was fucking asleep.
Yeah.
I was like, "Where the fuck did you come from?" And turned out he got mad, ran away, and then got so shit-faced he got a cab all the way back from downtown Honolulu. I lived on North Shore. So it was like a fucking like $100 cab ride for this guy, and he didn't remember any of it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I love for people to drink. Like, I think everyone should drink if you don't have a drinking problem.
Right.
But fucking know how to handle your alcohol.
Well, this guy was an alcoholic.
Yeah,
obviously.
Now, he was an alcoholic, or he just couldn't handle.
No, he was an alcoholic.
Oh, was
he?
Okay, well,
or at least had an alcohol addiction.
Don't be a baby.
Right?
Yeah,
but he took off running, man. Oh, fuck you guys! Just gone into the night.
Oh God.
Yeah. All right, so you said you had a tidbit from this week.
Yes. So last Sunday, so day after we recorded last, I headed to one of the grocery stores very close to where I live to pick up a few things. And this must be new, I don't know, but they've got some, what is the correct word, working there in the store? Because I'm not going to say misguided, because I think it's a fucking stupid thing. But you get where I'm going with this, right?
No.
Okay.
Well, spell it out for me, Tyler.
Yeah.
What kind of person was this?
These people had some a little bit of diminished mental capacity.
Okay. Tards.
No, I wouldn't say that.
No, not full. Okay.
And not Down syndrome. I don't know.
So just mentally handicapped folks.
Something, some way. Okay. And the guy running.
Can I say tards nowadays?
I mean, you can say whatever you want. I
true.
don't care. Whatever.
That's the abbreviated version. Because in case you saying retarded is way too much effort, just shit.
Well, I'm getting a phone call here. Let's
see who this is.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
Hey, buddy, is this Don?
This is Dawn.
It's Dawn.
Hey, it's time for Dusk Till Dawn. We got some intro music for you.
You get to hear your music this time.
Ooh, there it is. Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah, we fixed our setup.
I'm effing the air right now.
Oh,
doing
yeah.
some pelvic thrust.
Oh yeah.
If you could see me right now. Oh, there we go. I love the ending.
Thanks. Joey made this just for you.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, thanks, man. How you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I am just sitting here relaxing after my second day out in the new normal and enjoying this little drink that Mr. Steven recommended to me called Spindrift.
Nice.
It's a sparkling water with real squeezed fruit. So it's pretty tangy. It's good.
Dude, that's amazing. It's my wife bought some to try it out. It is fucking fantastic, sparkling. It's the best shit ever that I've had.
What is it called again?
It's high dollar as you get. Spindrift. It's
Spindrift.
It's such a hipster thing, but it is absolutely about as high dollar as you can get for. I don't even think like Pellegrino, which I think back in the day that was like the shit, but I don't think that even holds a candle to the cost of this stuff.
Yeah.
But,
And
it's
Perrier.
good. I enjoy it.
Somebody came back from quarantine. Somebody's back at work now.
No,
Yeah,
it's so good though. It's like drinking lime Jesus in a sparkling format.
It is.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. So
I
the
went out
shop's back open, right?
It is. We saw your beautiful face today, and we saw half of your beautiful face today.
Yeah.
And since that's the new normal. But yeah, the shop opened yesterday. We opened with guns a-blazing. We had a full day yesterday and a full day today, and next week's already booked up pretty much. There's a few spots open left for the end of the week, but
Nice.
I mean, it's people. The desperation was real. There were definitely some very, very dramatic sob stories about people and how badly they wanted their haircut, but they couldn't get one. So, but yeah, it's been great. It's been, it's different energy in the shop right now, because usually there's that energy of having just, guys that are sitting around waiting for their cut, that kind of bring that energy and that are just sitting there in the waiting area. But right now, it's only guys that are there for their appointment, and that's it. And and then once they're done, they're out, and a new set are in, and so it's just definitely good to be back, doing what we do. So yeah, man.
Well,
great.
I can tell you getting the happy ending with the fucking gloved hand was not the same.
Yes, it's so crazy, man. Like everything's so procedural now. It's like being a doctor. I mean, like you can't even get out pomade with like your finger anymore.
What do you get it out with?
Let me tell you about that. I can show you. No, you have to get it out with like a popsicle stick, or just some sort of apparatus that says you can scoop it out, because you can't put your dirty gloved finger into a jar of pomade right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man, it's wild. It's so wild. Like, I couldn't leave the list of, but over time, all that shit will fade away. I mean, as we move through these phases, I'm sure, the check boxes will lessen, and we'll hopefully get closer to normal within the next couple months.
Yeah. Is it not amazing, like how fucking spoiled we are as people when not being able to get a haircut is like a traumatic or like oppressive experience?
Yeah, it's wild. It is. It's absolutely, I've been talking with some other shop owners from shops all over the country, and it's just like, yeah, that's kind of the one word that's used is like, this is just so wild. It's like a wild time, and it is. It's just I think it does make you really think like, oh man, 8 weeks ago I could just walk into a barbershop whenever the hell I felt like it and get a haircut, and talk and hang out, and now, I mean, everything's so procedural, and it's, there's restrictions, and it's just so bizarre. So,
yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, it's definitely, you definitely take everything for granted, man, when it gets taken, once you don't realize how good everything is until it's taken away from you. And then you're like, well, fuck.
And then it's just a violation of your freedoms.
Yeah.
It's my goddamn right as an American to get my hair cut when I want to.
Seeing those people protest not being able to go into the mall was just, I mean, that was just the final thing. I was like, yeah, okay, we've jumped the shark here.
Because people are fucking terrible.
Jesus Christ. Like,
yeah, you definitely saw some craziness. I mean, there's a shop owner. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but there was this shop owner in somewhere in Texas, and she owns a salon.
Oh, he got arrested.
Yeah, she got arrested, dude. She in like one day, she started a GoFundMe because her rights were violated. In one day, she raised over $500,000.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, it's kind of just to think that people are, can also abuse this. They can take advantage of it and abuse it. Yeah, I know, right? It's so crazy. You would think, but I'm sure someone's gonna, be pissed because they can't get into their, the Express store or their Victoria's Secret, and somehow we'll raise $500,000 so they weren't allowed to go and buy.
Yeah. I hear prostitutes are taking people's temperatures now.
Yeah, if you've been into the shop a handful of times, so if you've been privileged enough to see Stoop Kitty in action, she definitely, I should think, her business has picked up. I mean, every time I've been down to the shop, she's been out on the, working the corner and pretty active. So,
nice.
She's making that dime.
Yeah, Joey got his haircut today too.
I did,
by the way.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
How was the new studio or the new quarters?
It's I liked it better than going to the old place. It felt it felt I guess more.
I thought you said it smelled.
No, it's felt.
I got you. I got you. Either way, man. Either way.
No. It felt like it should be. It didn't feel quite as much like a haircut factory. So. Which is part of the conversation we had, was that she was starting to feel like that's where she was just working at a haircut factory, which, I mean, if we're all honest, that's kind of what that place has turned into.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So anyway.
No, I totally agree with that. Well, that's good, man. I'm glad it went well and the new digs were to your liking. And yeah, man, good.
Yeah, we've offered for her and anyone else that left the old place, because I think they've had more than just a couple leave there and kind of go out on their own. We offered for any of them that want to come on here and kind of get some of the information out to all 5 people that listen to us.
Yeah,
they can. So
there's definitely been an exodus over the last several months, and I hate that for them, but. It is what it is, and you just, sometimes you gotta put down the Kool-Aid and you gotta step out and do something different. So, but hey, if you get any of them on, don't tell them who I am, but let me call in, and
Done.
I'll just
for sure.
Just troll the hell.
You're gonna troll their old place and see if they comment.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So, so with the quarantine being slowly loosened, are you glad to be out of the house?
Yeah, I mean, I still haven't done much. I've aside from most of my trips have been back and forth to the shop. There's really, I'm almost nervous about because really I guess outside of shopping, I mean, really the only thing you can really do right now is I guess go out to eat.
Yeah.
And just listening to different people's experiences, I'm like, I don't know that I want to do that, because it just sounds real bizarre, and I don't know that it's worth it. And again, it's one of those things too. It's weird to me that you can sit at a table, as long as your table is 6 feet away from other people, and there's no more than 6 people at your table, you don't have to wear masks.
Right. But the people that made your food, are fucking hacking on that shit. Because we went through the Taco Bell drive-thru today, and nobody's wearing. They handed me my fucking food in the bag on a tray, so they didn't touch it. But nobody's wearing a mask. They're coughing all over that shit.
It's Taco Bell, man.
But that's one fucking example.
I understand
of the
that.
fucking stupid.
No, I went through. I stopped at the Bojangles this morning, and it was the same deal. No, I mean, I could see right there. Not one person had a mask on.
Oh, my son works fast. My son works fast food, and he said that they're not required to wear a mask. I think he said that the people cooking the food. I can't remember if he said they're required to wear a mask and gloves or just gloves, but he doesn't have to wear a mask in there.
The Starbucks folks do.
So Starbucks is open again?
So weird.
They've been open.
Huh.
Starbucks, Starbucks I think is open. Yeah, I think I've seen some cars in the one there in South Knoxville. So,
yeah.
But yeah, man. So I'm hoping over the next few weeks, once we get to see here in about a week and a half, probably they'll announce what phase 2 looks like, and see what else kind of opens up. I mean, the stuff that I care about probably is going to be a while. Like going to concerts and stuff. That'll probably be a while. But I mean, it's nice to be able to go to somewhere besides Walmart, I guess.
Yeah. Did you have anything planned prior to the quarantine or tickets to anything that got canceled?
I did. I had super bummed too. Which they've rescheduled, but I had tickets and amazing tickets too to the Foo Fighters show. It was supposed to be on April 20th. And so super bummed about that. And then 3 days prior to that, I was I have me and 3 of my friends. We do these cover shows about twice, once every 6 months, once in the spring, once in the fall. And they're really fun. And we'll do 2 bands, and we'll do a set, like the bands that people know. Like we've done like Blink-182 and Weezer. And this next one, coincidentally, was going to be a Foo Fighters versus Green Day show. And we play the songs, and then we let our friends get up and sing the songs. So it's kind of karaoke style.
I think I remember you telling us about this when you were on in January.
Yeah. Why the fuck have I not been invited or told about any of this shit?
You were told about it in January when they were on.
I don't remember. I don't remember back that far.
Yeah. The Blink-182 and the Weezer one, we did 2 of those. And they went so well. We did a second one. We just kind of changed up the format a little bit. We ended up playing because it was the 20th anniversary of Enema of the State and the 25th anniversary of the Blue album. So we did both of those albums in their entirety.
Nice.
Back in the fall. And then, the spring, it was supposed to be on the 17th of April. We were going to do this production company called Born This Raised. What is it called? I don't remember. Born and Raised, that's what it's called. And so these guys throw these shows, and they're super good guys, Kent and Garrett. And so they were throwing it for us. It was going to be a Pretentious down in the Old City, and again, it was going to be a Green Day versus Foo Fighters set. And then we're going to do a little surprise encore set of a different band that, will eventually, when the show happens, everybody will get to see it. But yeah, it'll be a lot of fun when we get to do it. We thoroughly enjoy it. Steven, if you want to, jump on one of the songs, you are more than welcome to. We just let our friends and people we know that like to sing get up and do the songs with us, and It's always a lot of fun. I mean, it's a good time to be able to get up there and, if you like to sing and, singing a song and having 200 people singing it back with you.
Yeah, it's cool.
So for some people, that's their big dream, because trust me, I've been in a local band where like 3 people in the crowd know my song. There's like, 10 people there and 2 people know my song.
Right.
So to be there and have 200 people singing the song with you, it's just a lot of fun. So yeah, you guys will have to come out to that. When we get a new date, we'll try to push it and get the other 5 listeners to come out.
Yeah, right. Well, I'll say one of the greatest parts about playing music as an independent musician are when you get like a really big gig and you've got a shit ton of people there either singing along and super into the show, and then you turn around the next night and you're playing for the goddamn bartender and wait staff, and that's fucking it.
Oh yeah.
It's a fun game to play.
We did. Yeah, we did. So me and a different group of friends about 5-6 years ago, we did a Saves the Day cover show, and
nice.
So we call it. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We did it was like a Halloween show, and it was a couple touring bands that played, but we just did it as like a kind of like a surprise thing, and we had a blast, and everybody knew all the songs, and it was just a really good time. And so yeah, anytime you can get to do something like that, everybody singing along with you, it definitely makes back when you were in a band and no one's singing along with you. Right. It kind of evens it out a little bit.
For sure. Speaking, you just mentioned Weezer. Have you heard the new Weezer single? Either one of them off the Van Weezer record? What do you think?
I've heard, the first one, has been out for a while now.
Right. Yeah,
and then
into the game.
The new record's supposed to come out in like next week, I think, or
they pushed it.
Something, but did they? Okay. Yeah. So I mean, but then they waited so long to release the second song. Man, it's compared to the majority of the stuff they put out over the last 10 years, it's good. The White Album for me was the closest thing they've gotten to like blue through green, like blue, Pinkerton, and green. And so the White Album was really good. I enjoyed it. These two songs, they have like the feel, like they have the, like it's almost like, I don't know. It sounds like something that more naturally probably would have come after the Green Album than that shit show Maladroit, I guess.
Dude,
what came after that.
Maladroit was a great record.
Yeah.
Man, it's like there's like for Maladroit on, it's like I could probably take every album, like one or two songs off of every album, and like make a halfway decent Weezer record.
Agreed.
But like, I just didn't. Maladroit just didn't. Maladroit is the one with the fucking Muppet song, right? The Keep Fishing. Yeah. That's right. Okay. Yeah. Like the first two songs on that album are pretty good. It's just everything after that on that record did nothing for me. And then Make Believe was trash, and then everything else after that.
Red
up until Red Album. Like I get Troublemaker, and I mean we could talk about Weezer on that. I love Weezer. The Troublemaker and Pork and Beans, both very reminiscent of kind of Blue Album type stuff, but then the rest of that album, it's like you put Rick Rubin on it and he just turns it into shit. So, because I think those two
God damn it, you're pushing all my fucking buttons. You fucking.
Oh, come on, man. So, like, dude, Rick Rubin, dude, that guy, the only thing that guy's ever done that's been worth his shit, and I love the Beastie Boys, but License to Ill is probably my least favorite Beastie Boys record, but is Red Hot Chili Peppers, which I in general hate that band, but Blood Sugar Sex Magic is a fantastic record. But the Red Album, you know, Rick Ocasek produced Pork and Beans and Troublemaker, and then that rest of the record is Rick Rubin just trash shit to me.
Okay, but Rick Rubin, the Johnny Cash recordings towards the end there, they're fucking fantastic. And then
but he's a producer, so what did he really do with them? You know, I mean, I don't know. Those just were already like Johnny Cash songs. I just feel like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, and then pretty much everything that the Avett Brothers does is Rick Rubin based.
And I'm not I don't know. I've tried to listen. Avett Brothers are one of those bands that I know lots of people that like them, and I try. Like, there's several of these bands, like the Killers. I don't like them, but I know a lot of people that do. Bayside, Avett Brothers. There's these bands that I get why people like them. I just can't get into it. And but anyway, so and they're bands that I've given multiple listens to. I've gone back and I said, I'm going to try it again. Maybe I just missed something the first time. The Smiths. I was a late bloomer with the Smiths, like for forever. Like when I was growing up, like I knew people that loved the Smiths, and I'm like, this band they're a bunch of pussies, and like I just couldn't get into it. And then one day, I just like, I resonate with this. But anyway, but yeah, I don't know, man. I just I resonate being a pussy. So I don't know. They're just the Avett Brothers. I just never got into.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm just I'm gonna have to break up with you after this. I'm gonna start going to Joey's stylist.
Yeah, I'll make you a breakup
and get a shitty haircut.
A 311 song and. And I'll make you a breakup album of 311, and you can make me a breakup album of all Rick Rubin, and we'll be done with it.
Oh my God! Hey, at least we have early stuff in common. I mean, you were you got the fucking MXPX and all those old bands and classic screeching.
Speaking of the Beastie Boys, if you guys have not watched the documentary, it's not really a documentary. It's like basically if they put out the Beastie Boys book a year ago, which is an amazing book. I suggest anybody that's relatively a fan of the Beastie Boys to get it and read it. It's a lot of really cool stories, but it's basically Ad Rock and Mike D are kind of just narrating parts of the book on stage, and it's really great. It really is like Beastie Boys for Dummies. It's on Apple TV Plus, so you have to like download that, and then of course, you know, if you don't have that, you can just get like a free month of it or whatever. But
they have a free year.
It's absolutely worth it. Do they? Nice.
Yeah.
it's fantastic if you haven't seen it or anybody listening hasn't seen it. I definitely it was just really well done. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And then another thing I recently watched that I'd suggest if you guys ever enjoyed third wave ska in the 90s is there's a documentary. You can either download it or rent it on Amazon Prime. Download me buying it, but you can get it on Amazon Prime. It's called Pick It Up, Ska in the 90s.
Really?
It's narrated by Tim Armstrong from Operation Ivy and Rancid fame, but it is amazing. It is so well done. It's one of the best rock docs, and if you have an affinity at all for ska music, it's so good. Yep. So I mean, it's Real Big Fish and Less Than Jake, and they interview like Goldfinger.
If there's no Supertones on there, I don't want to know. I don't want to hear it.
No. He's on there. He's not on there a lot. He's on there. Yeah, he's definitely the lead singer from the Supertones is on there. So,
I saw an interview with him not long ago, and he came off as such a pretentious cock.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. That's another one of those bands. Like in my Jesus Rock days,
right?
I just never dug the Supertones.
No, Five Iron Frenzy was far superior.
5 Iron Frenzy is where it's at.
And the Insiders for a brief moment before they did those goddamn worship albums. Jesus.
Yep.
You didn't dig Scalaluya or Scalaluya too?
So speaking of ska, the new Goldfinger Instagram TV shit they've been doing, holy fuck, are they good?
Mike Herrera's been on most.
He plays bass.
Mike Herrera, yeah. Mike Herrera joined the band like 4 years ago, and then the last record is Phil Sneed from playing guitar and doing backup vocals. He was in Story of the Year, and then he also is in another band. I just can't remember their name now, but and then it's Mike, and then Travis Barker played drums.
Yep.
And then it's John Feldman. But yeah, the last Goldfinger record was just fantastic. I'm a proud dad because my son absolutely loves Goldfinger.
Nice.
But yeah, man, those videos, like, dude, I mean, it's like you cannot just watch those and I just start smiling, dude. It's just so fun. And of course, Scott just does that to you anyway, man. It just puts you in like a great mood, and they're the best shows. I mean, it's like, it's everybody from every any music background just has a good time. But yeah, those videos are fantastic, man. So the guys that I do the cover show with, we are actually in the middle of recording, which appropriately it really works times like these, by the Foo Fighters, and we're kind of doing it in the same time. We're recording it. We're going to release a recording of it from each of us recording our parts at our house, but then we're going to do a video of it too. So,
nice.
So that should be coming out hopefully in the near future.
Right on.
Yeah. What are you turds up to?
Fucking podcasting, bitch.
Yeah.
Mike Herrera is one of our dream guests to have on here.
Yeah.
So,
which will never fucking happen.
Right.
But he's such a cool dude.
Man, I don't know. Like, he's like one of those guys. Like, he could do it. I mean, man. Here's the thing. I've got friends that did a podcast called Sharing Needles with Friends, and they talked about different vinyl. I got on that show a few times with them just to talk about, like we did the week I was on, we just talked about Nirvana's Nevermind like the entire time.
Right.
And then we did like a top 5 list every week. And so it was a lot of fun. But man, they got Frank Turner on. They
Holy
got
shit.
Keith Buckley on. Not Keith Buckley. What's his name? Is it Keith Buckley? Yeah, Keith Buckley from Every Time I Die.
God damn.
They got Matt Sharp on there.
Holy
from
shit.
Weezer and the Rentals.
Yeah.
And they were just like, dude, we got this podcast. We'd love to have you on. And they probably messaged like way more. They probably got way more rejections than the amount of people they actually got on. But,
but that's fucking cool.
Dude, they got people on.
Yeah.
So, dude, hit up Mike, man.
I'd like to get Mike. Dude. I'd like to get Mike Doty on too. Like, I love Doty. Soul Coughing.
Dude, I actually think they had him on their podcast.
Fucking
I think
shit.
he was on Sharing Needles with Friends. Yeah. Dude, I love Soul Coughing.
God damn.
Dude, Ruby Vroom and those records are so good.
Yeah. Have you listened to any of his solo shit much?
Yeah. The only thing I really ever heard that I was like, again, I haven't gotten into it. The only thing I can like remember is he covered The Gambler, and that's all I remember. but I know, I love his voice is just so different. You know, it's so unique. And I think, is this turning into a music podcast? I don't know.
Just
anyway.
this segment. I'm finding more reasons to hate you as this goes on. Not really. I love you always.
Oh, you're so good to me. You take care of me with your loves. What did you two buy each other for Mother's Day tomorrow?
I have a gift.
Strap on.
I have a gift. I have a gift for him shortly that he's going to get after this phone call.
Evidently.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
Yep.
So my gift to Steven was this Buffalo Trace
It's 125 goddamn proof.
White
dude.
Dog Mash #1.
Shoot. I don't know. That none of that ever like resonates with me, as I don't understand what any of that means, but it all just sounds gross.
Yeah. It means it has a super fucking stupid. Yeah, it is gross. It's fucking terrible. That's
Well,
what you need to
when I
know.
say gross, it sounds like that would probably kill me if I drank it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure. Well, all right, my friend. Thank you so much for calling in.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. You're welcome. Fucking anytime.
You got anything you want to plug before you get off
dude.
here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other
sorry I
than
didn't make it
my
last
butthole.
week. I'm not going to plug the butthole, but Faith and Sailor's Barbershop. Steven is the client. Joey is not. But you guys, anybody listening, is more than welcome to come. We're at 1531 North Central.
Nice.
We do cuts. We currently do not do shaves or beard trims because that's illegal. But yeah, and hey, Steven was so gracious to purchase one of our shirts. We actually have some leftover shirts, so if anybody wants a shirt, feel free to swing by the shop and pick one up.
Nice. And you guys have a site on.
Taken care of.
Can you still order off a Big Cartel as well? You guys have the site set up there.
So the Big Cartel that will be once we order like a permanent quantity of shirts. This was just like we did a pre-order just that way we weren't out any cash up front, and like the printing shop wasn't out any cash up front.
Right.
I will shout out to Black Sheep Printing and to Nothing Too Fancy. Those guys did the shirts for us. We wanted to try to we have guys from both of those shops that come and get their haircut or beard trim at our barbershop. We love those dudes, and so we wanted to support them.
Nice.
And so I didn't feel like I could just support one, so that's why we said, hey, you guys do this design, you guys do this design. So we just did it as a pre-order. So once we stopped pre-orders, because we knew we couldn't again change the numbers, we just shut it down. The site's still up, but I mean, it says sold out.
Yeah.
Okay. But when we order more shirts here in the near future, I'm going to open that back up. We'll probably put on like a promo code for local pickup so they can buy it online and just pick it up. But we didn't know how long the shutdown was going to be, so we just told everybody, hey, just pay for shipping, we'll ship it to you.
Nice. Yeah, and I got one. Mine should be coming in soon. I got a shipping notification.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, the shop was hoping to be there by now. Damn, that's not still nailed. They're just sucking dick, man.
By the way, tell speaking of sucking dick, tell Ben next time we talk to him we love him and we want him back on at some point too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been CrossFitting this whole time. I'm just kidding. He hasn't been CrossFitting because CrossFitting wasn't essential.
He can CrossFit at home,
but yeah, he can.
According to CrossFitters,
so cool, right?
CrossFitting is essential.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Isn't it CrossFit? It's like, you know how like the church isn't the building, it's the people. Isn't that the CrossFit way? It's not where you.
It's a lifestyle.
CrossFit is it's a lifestyle choice.
It's not the tires you flip; it's the people flipping the tires.
Just a quick shout out to Ben too. Like, so I ordered some shit from Anchors Away directly on some new shampoo. I got the last bottle through you guys, and this one I just ordered online because it's a different thing. And dude, so I wrote a little note to Ben that every time I wash my hair, I close my eyes and pretend it's him. And he wrote me a lovely little note on there, and he sent me an extra goddamn bottle for free. It was awesome. So shout out to Ben.
Yeah, Ben's the best. Ben's the best. Ben will. He doesn't do that just for anybody. Ben loves people he loves, and so he's always willing to throw extra stuff in the boxes. Yeah. And so. But yeah, Acres Away. It's Acres Away Hair Co. I think is what it is .com, or I know it's Love Acres will get you there. So loveacres.com will get you there. But support Ben, buy hair products, buy shampoo. He's just started a new line called Calm Seas, and it's like face wash and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so I saw that.
Shaving cream and it's the label.
Plus he's a beautiful man.
He's as handsome as they come. He looks just like Ted Bundy. So, Now, when you look at him, you'll start seeing Ted Bundy.
I can already picture
I can too.
All right, my friend. Well, I hope you have the fucking best night.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Appreciate you. We'll talk to you guys soon.
All right.
Yep.
Peace. All right.
So just for anyone listening, it's anchorshairco.com, and then on the socials, it's Anchors Hair Co. All one word. So
Yep.
Anyway.
So I was going to save this for my final thoughts, but I want to say it. Don's a cunt.
Because he doesn't like Rick Rubin?
Yeah, fuck Don.
Or the Avett Brothers.
Fuck Don for those reasons. He doesn't like the new Weezer singles, which are fucking incredible.
Oh, God. No, I agree. I agree that they are incredible. And
I'm kidding, Don. I love you, but fuck you.
I disagree that the Red album was shit.
The Red album fucking sucked.
No, I think it's definitely not great. But I like more than just Troublemaker and
oh yeah,
Pork
I like,
and Beans. Like, what was it's not a secret track.
See, a lot of
extra,
people
like I'm King or whatever.
Yeah.
It's an amazing song.
See, a lot of people hated fucking Ratitude, and I love that record.
I liked Ratitude. I bought Ratitude.
Well,
yeah.
my favorite song on that is "They Can't Stop Partying." It's such a fucking cool song, man.
So, let me finish my story.
Yes, please do.
And then we'll take a break. All right.
All right, and I'm going to give you your present when we come back.
Oh,
from
after break? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So. I'm trying to remember where I left off at.
I wasn't paying attention to you
I know
anyway.
you weren't.
So
I know you weren't. I'm just talking to
a little
hear myself.
Little tidbit this week from your story, your story. You had just started. You hadn't gotten that far in.
Okay. A little tidbit. Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to tell me a little tidbit.
No, that's what you.
Yeah. So a couple people there with some diminished mental capacity.
That's right.
Were working the register, and then the other guy packing the bags. So, the guy working the register says something to me, and I didn't know. I wasn't paying any attention to who. At this point, I didn't.
You had already written them off.
No. I didn't know because I hadn't even looked up at the guys yet or anything. So I didn't know anything at all except that I was in the register, and I do my best to not have to have much conversation with those people. I'm not rude to them unless they are dicks to me.
Okay.
But the guy says something, and I say, "Oh, sorry," and he says whatever. I'm like, "Oh yeah, whatever." Answer his question, and at that point, I realized something's going on there.
Right.
And I buy a Pepsi while I'm in line. I grab a Pepsi, and normally I'm a Coke guy. I just prefer Coca-Cola. I just do. And
to me, it depends on the delivery format.
I agree. Sometimes fountain Pepsis are better.
Yes.
Than a fountain Coke sometimes. Yeah. But anyway.
Well, except for McDonald's fountain Cokes. Holy shit, they're great every time.
Oh, they are. Yes, that's exactly what in my mind I was just thinking unless it's McDonald's. Yeah. But anyway. So I'm still looking down at my phone, and the guy bagging everything says Pepsi, and I say, "Yeah, I got a Pepsi." And he was like, "Yeah, Pepsi's the best." And I went, "I'm kind of a Coke." And at this time I look up and I can tell. I can tell what's going on.
Right.
And I said, and I'm already in the process of saying, "Yeah, I'm actually a Coke guy, but I just got a Pepsi today because I didn't see any Cokes in there or whatever." And it severely offended him. He shut me down and would not speak to me again after that.
Dude, that's like I wish that worked on everyone.
I was like, "All right, you guys have a good night," or whatever. As I was leaving, he didn't acknowledge anything. I offended him so bad by saying, "I prefer Coke to Pepsi."
That's amazing.
So anyway.
So during, by the way, this whole COVID thing, because like Lowe's, Home Depot and shit have been flooded with people because they don't have fuck else to do but work on their house.
Sure.
I saw a guy, and one of my, and like, it's funny, we've done a couple pet peeves episode, and there's some things that never pop into my brain, but this is one that drives me crazy. So you have the self-checkouts, right?
Yep.
And they're made so people can get through quickly. You only have a handful of things. You don't have to wait in line with people with fucking full carts. Mm-hmm. So I hate when people go through the self-checkouts and they have a fuck ton of stuff.
See, I don't mind that if they know what the hell they're doing and they're not going to have to call for somebody.
That's the thing. Most people don't.
You're right.
So
I
it's
agree
easier
with that.
just to have, if you have a lot of shit.
But see, you worked at Walmart back in the day, and so did I. Did you ever work cash register in Walmart?
Yeah, yeah.
So did I. So I know what the fuck I'm doing. If I have a full cart, you can bet your sweet ass I'm getting through there quicker than if I went through another register.
Yeah, for sure. But
I agree. Most people don't.
Well, especially at like hardware stores. So anyway, I'm at Lowe's, and the line for the fucking self-checkouts around the fucking corner, and the lines for the not self-checkout, the full service checkouts, they were full, but they weren't like overflowing. This fucking cunt in front of me, like 2 people up, had a buggy or cart, depending on how you say it, loaded, piled.
Oh my God.
With a fucking mound on the top. And Lowe's only has a handful of shit. And there were 2 other people that had mostly full carts too. I was fucking livid. And when I walked by the guy, I was like, God damn, I fucking hate people that do that, or that have fucking full carts in the self-checkout. I was talking to the lady that worked there, and he gave me a really bad look. I was hoping he would say some shit. I was ready to get into it right there at fucking Lowe's, because fuck that guy. Fuck you out there listening. If you go through the goddamn self-checkout with a fucking full basket of shit, fuck you. You're a cunt. I hope you fucking get cancer in your fucking scan hands.
Here's the thing. I mostly agree with you, but if you go through that self-checkout without a hiccup, I give you a pass.
No, there's no pass, because you never fucking know. All it takes is getting there and one fucking thing not have a barcode.
I agree.
And then you have
but that can do
everyone
the same,
behind you.
That can do the same thing at a regular register.
It can.
Because there's sometimes that I will not go self-checkout because the self-checkout line is too long.
Absolutely.
And it's the same thing. I would be equally pissed if I were in a regular line and that happened.
Let's add to the fact, if you don't know how to fucking bag your own shit,
agree.
don't go through the self-checkout.
I completely agree with that. Yes,
Yeah.
if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it.
Because they've done away, and here's how I look at it. They've done away with like the 10 items or less aisles for the most part. So to me, that's what has replaced the 10 items or less.
Well,
so
but it's not posted.
I know, I'm aware, but I'm just saying, common sense to me is self-checkout is when you don't have as much shit. And again, you and I, we've worked at retail. I can fucking scan through that shit fast.
But I will also, if something fucks up and I'm going to have to hold the line up, I'll just put the shit to the side and not get it if I have to.
And I will also, if somebody behind me only has a handful of things, I'll let them go first.
Absolutely.
Every fucking time.
Yep.
But fuck those people.
Unless they're old, because then they're slow.
Yeah.
But
I'll still offer if it's only like a Coke and like a fucking denture fucking cream. I don't know.
denture cream.
Anyway, I think this is a good time for a fucking break. I'm all riled up now. Fuck you
fine.
people. Jesus Christ.
We'll be right back.
All right.
And here we are again.
We are back.
Yep.
So I've been waiting all night to... we have switched over from this fucking strong-ass whiskey.
So we're drinking Four Sons Brewing Sour K. It's a sour blonde ale brewed with black currants. So we'll see how that is. I've never had it before.
And this is a B3F first. We're having
we've never had this
alcohols,
before.
other than the Miller Lite to offset that shitty.
Oh, mine's foamy.
Uzo.
Hey, that's not bad.
No, I like it.
That is good. That is good.
See, we found too, because I don't like beer.
Right.
I'm usually whiskey or nothing for the most part.
Right.
But I really fucking like that. I found out I really like sours.
Right.
I don't like other beer, but I do like sours. All right, so I have been waiting.
A surprise for me.
I have been waiting all night for this gift that I'm about to give you.
Okay.
So I was scrolling through Twitter the other day, and on my people you may know or people you want to follow, I had an interesting thing pop up. Because, Hunter, it's a fucking Hunter thing.
Right.
He got locked out of his Instagram account, or his Twitter account. He was like, I got blocked.
He's not lost forwards now.
Right. So he got back on, but I had another Twitter account that popped up that I was like, that looks like Hunter. And I went to it, and it was Hunter.
So this is is this something I should pull up and put on the screen so we can share it with everyone?
No.
Okay.
No. So Hunter, right?
The Elf Man. Okay.
The Elf Man.
At the Elf Man. Yep.
And there you go.
That's not real. There's no way that's real.
He's got a giant fucking cock.
It's girthy, that's for sure.
So he has. There you go.
Jesus fucking Christ, Hunter.
He has a fans only account where you can subscribe to it and watch him jerk off and see pictures of his dick.
I'm going to text him right now.
It's $4.99 a month, and that's why I wanted my debit card. I subscribed I paid $5 just so I could show you this.
Of course you did.
Yeah. But there's a lot of pictures, but good for him. Like, he's a fucking douche. Look at that fucking dick, dude.
Oh my God. I don't want to look at it ananymore.
Oh no, you're
oh my God. Jesus fucking Christ, Hunter.
So, OnlyFans, if you don't know, it's become the new hub for sex work. You can make extra money. People subscribe and, you can do sex cams or whatever. But anyway, So I stumbled across the Twitter page, and he deleted. And I texted him. I was like, "Fuck, is this you? I hope it's you." I thought it might be some ex-girlfriend that's pissed that made a Twitter
That's
account.
funny.
Because
How much money is he making on it? Do you know?
Probably not much.
I don't know. With a dick like that, dude,
Is it not
it's a fucking hog.
I know.
He's definitely not coming here in studio.
Yeah. So he'll probably send that link to Olivia if he
That
does.
is the greatest present you could ever give me. That is the best. I just texted him, just said, dude, you have an OnlyFans?
Yeah. But I thought I'd surprise you with that.
Oh my
discovery.
God, that's so good.
Do you know how hard it's been for me? No
pun intended.
to keep that and wait for today to show you Hunter. Like we've now seen Hunter's dick.
So what was his OnlyFans name? We need to put it out there so people can
it's
subscribe.
the Elfman.
Oh, the Elfman
The
is his
Elfman
only
is his only-
fans
his
account
OnlyFans
name.
account,
Okay,
yeah.
there you go.
It's OnlyFans, right?
Everyone,
What's
please go bombard him.
Yeah. So OnlyFans.com.
He just texted me back and said, "Yeah, I want to see my dick since Steven already did."
Nope. Tell him I subscribed. Tell him Steven subscribed for a month.
Steven just showed me.
Yeah. Tell him I subscribed for a month. So he's
Yeah.
welcome for that $5.
Oh God.
So not only he is a mediocre stand-up comedian, he's also a whore.
Yeah, really.
I love it so much.
Oh my God.
That's why I didn't want to put it on the screen,
Yeah.
because you have to pay to see that kind of glory. But seriously,
We should have put it on the screen and blurred it.
But seriously, how big of a
Oh my
dick does
God.
he have? Holy shit!
Yeah.
I mean, I have a slightly above average, beautiful fucking penis, but it doesn't compare to that fucking elephant truck he's swinging.
I have a shit dick compared to that. For a white guy. That's pretty damn good. That's porn worthy.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So, but it was also a matter of like, I've seen it, now you have to see it. So it's
Thank you.
equally scarred in both of our psyches.
Yeah. He just said, I told him you just subscribed for a month. He said, oh my God. So, yeah, we're talking about it right now while we're recording.
And I don't know if he wants it out there or not, because he texted me back because like, I've deleted that Twitter account. He goes, that was way easier to find than I thought. And I was like, dude, it came up recommended to me.
Oh my
So
God.
my curiosity though is what his
Jesus.
demographic is. If it's all dudes, because a lot of times the male fans are like, girls don't want to see dudes jacking off. There's some that
For
do.
the most part,
There's
yeah.
some girls that love some fucking dick pics.
Absolutely.
But mostly it's probably some dudes imagining choking on that fucking chode of his.
Hey man, we've all got bills. And he said, we're giving him free advertising right now.
I'm okay with that. Like really, if you want to see something like that's a kind of impressive,
Yeah.
it's not a bad thing to look at.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude.
I'm sorry. Was he uncircumcised?
Do you want to see it again? Let's
No,
verify.
I really don't.
Oh no, I'm showing it to you one more time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I think you're just doing this because you want to see it again.
No, he's circumcised.
He's got his hand around it so you can see how big it is.
Yeah, he's squeezing on that
Oh my
shit.
God. Look at that gut hanging over it. He can't see it, so he's got to take a picture in the mirror.
And look, he's taking sexy ones.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's astounding to me how many friends of mine have seen my penis.
He sent me the same text him back, said, send something original, you cock. You sent that same message to me. Yeah. So that was my big surprise, was you getting
Yeah.
to see Hunter's that fucking cunt ass
That
Hunter.
is so good. That's so good. So now, from now on, if he ever calls in, that's what needs to be on the screen.
Yeah.
It's-
This is Hunter. This is Hunter's dick.
Oh my God.
It's no wonder he gets so many fucking Twitter hookups though.
I guess so. Yeah.
Or not Twitter. Fucking
Tinder. Yeah.
So
I'm fixing to. If he texts me one more time, I'm going to tell him if he needs to call in to defend himself, he can.
no, tell him to call the fuck in.
He said it wasn't even about. I wasn't even talking about online. So all his friends have seen his dick, and he wasn't talking about
I'll
online.
text him real quick.
I'm texting him right now.
Yeah, tell him to call the fuck in and send him the number. I want to talk to his ass about this shit.
Yeah.
So on top of that, separate from, I wouldn't want to be on top of that. Dude, could you imagine being a power bottom for that fucking cock?
Oh my God.
This shit would split me in half. And I like some butt stuff, man, but holy shit.
Oh my God. Oof.
I've been interviewing for some new jobs.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with this, but more jobs that I'm grossly underqualified for. One of them deals with particle physics, which I know nothing about. But they gave
particle physics.
Yeah,
But he said, how much time do we have left?
These guys are the ones that gave me a job offer, which is fucking crazy. But I've already
What's the name of the company?
Yeah, that one. I've already accepted this job offer, but I'm holding out. There's this other company I'm interviewing with that I'm going to take.
You're not holding out. You accepted it. That's not holding out.
Okay. Well, in my mind, because basically if I get this other offer, I'm going to be like, fuck you.
You have a job, but you have one you prefer that may call.
That
you have to break up with the new one.
That I will take.
Sorry, guys. You were my backup.
Yeah. My current boss, though, was a little bit distraught that I was leaving, weirdly enough.
Oh, yeah?
They like me there.
Nice.
And I do a good job, even though I have no idea what I'm doing fucking half the time.
Not making sales calls, that's for sure.
It's amazing to me how far I've gotten in life just bullshitting my way through it. It's one of my assets is to lie through my goddamn teeth. Or I shouldn't even say lie. Greatly exaggerate my abilities. Yeah, dude. This beer's not half bad.
I just texted him the number, and I accidentally put 753, so I had to correct it to 754. So we'll see. Maybe Hunter will call in a second.
I had something else I was going to tell you, and I cannot for the life of me remember what the fuck it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't important, but it was a little tidbit from the week. But the hunter dick just wiped that thought out of my mind.
It wipes a lot out.
Yeah, man.
Oh God.
I thought you'd appreciate that.
That was nice. That I would have never. You could have given me 100 guesses, and I wouldn't have guessed. You're going to show me Hunter's dick.
Right.
Wow.
But again, if I had to see it, you had to see it.
No wonder he was able to spend the night, the first night, and call into a podcast to interview for an hour from some random girl's house.
Yeah.
No wonder.
Yeah.
She was sitting there the whole time going, "This is annoying, but that dick though."
I know, but I will say, most females that I've talked to, most guys with a big dick, they especially
don't know how to use it.
Don't know how to use it. They think, "Hey, got a big cock, I can just pound away." It's all about what they want.
Right.
But the allure of the big cock is what draws the women in.
I don't think that it's
and some women
whatever.
don't like a huge
I don't think
cock.
the guy's thinking whatever he wants. I think the guy's thinking this is what she wants.
Exactly. And some women are all about the big cock, but I will say most women I've talked to are not.
They're not about the huge
stuff.
stuff.
There is a depends on how.
Yeah, there's a sweet spot.
Yeah, it depends on how big the vagina is.
Now, do you think he's in the sweet spot or just out of the sweet spot?
Oh, he's out of the sweet spot.
You think so?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
Well,
Like I would consider myself in the sweet spot.
you think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least according to Amanda and in my distant past.
All right, but we've established she's not going to say anything bad about it.
No. But I mean, in my distant past, even
Sure.
from and granted, women lie. Oh shit!
Here he is, right here. So, Hunter.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey, buddy.
Is this Big Dick Jones?
I should have picked that for the name.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
we didn't hear your name because the phone didn't connect in time, but still.
You're welcome for my $5.
Don't really price myself out that high, You never want to reveal your true self-worth.
Yeah, I am, however, canceling after today. It was entirely because if I had to see it, Joey had to see it. That's the rule.
And now
I
everyone's going to
to
see it
for free, but I mean,
Yeah, but congratulations. on that
I'm going to
fucking
take
cock
one of those
yours.
photos and I'm going to post it on Instagram. I'll blur it out so it doesn't get taken down, but I'm going to totally put your OnlyFans out there and we'll see if that makes some money for you. So
Yeah, so who's your
there you go.
who's your general demographic? You got a lot of dudes that are fantasizing about choking on that fucking hog of yours, or is it is it a good mix?
he's got a bunch of 67, 73-year-old guys going, "Come on, I'm a dirty pig. I'm a dirty pig."
no, I wish they probably pay more. I don't even know, honestly. I don't check it. I made it and then I posted
Bill Gates is
pictures.
his demographic, rich guys.
Rich old dudes, but they got to be white.
Yeah, but we were just saying it's no wonder that you got away with calling us from a random Tinder girl's house
Right.
for an hour.
Right. I finally understand why we only saw half his face. His dick was in the way. He can move the phone over.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus
So
Christ.
Usually when I talk to you guys, I like try to advertise it, but I don't know if I'm going to let people know about this one.
Yeah. So we were just talking about it too. So I'd imagine you hook some ladies in with that, but I'm imagining they're sorely disappointed afterwards because you're like fucking 18, so you fucking don't know how to use that goddamn thing yet.
What's your pickup? I need to know. What's your pickup line? What's your go-to line, whether it's in person or on Tinder, or if there's something different, then give us each of them.
I can tell you was, hey girl, you ever seen a monster?
Oh God!
I'll live under your bed, bitch.
No, actually, when I go like out, I don't like if I'm initiating conversation, which is very rare. It has to be some kind of joke about like what's going on or like what they're doing. I can't.
So do you?
Weird. 'Cause I can go on stage and do comedy,
but if
I
it
can't go
if it comes up, do you downplay it and be like, oh no, I got a super average dick? That way, when they pull them pants down, they're like, oh shit.
When's the next time you're going to see something like this? I mean, soak it in. You know, it's pretty neat.
I just go. I mean, I guess if you like whatever. I mean, no.
Seriously? Holy crap! Holy crap!
What?
Just Joey.
No, just reacting.
Joey
Just
shitty drops.
reacting to your dick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you ever lead in with? So how long can you hold your breath?
Oh God.
I try not to. I actually don't bring that up. I mean, it comes up. I mean, can't really stop it. But
Obviously, it's all over the internet.
So do you ever get that when you drop trowel, like the whole holy shit?
Yeah, do you ever surprise yourself? You ever forget what it looks like?
No,
You're
I'm
like,
talking about with the ladies.
Oh,
if
no.
you drop, if they're
talking
ever,
about does he ever surprise himself?
they're like, holy goddamn, I don't know if that fucker's gonna fit. Like I fucked myself with a goddamn squash, and that shit's not gonna work.
Oh God. Oh.
I mean, sometimes you every time after you like shave, you get the extra hidden inch down there, and you go like, oh, I guess it isn't that bad. I will say I'm a grower, not a shower, so that kind of doesn't really work well.
Jesus fuck, dude.
Well, you're a grower like those fucking little sponge things you used to buy when you were a kid. And you put the little pill in the water, and next thing you know, it's like fucking 5 feet tall. I like seriously, like I hate you, but I want to congratulate you on that. Holy shit.
Yeah, really. And I feel sorry for any Tinder date you have.
Well, especially if they're Asian.
Like, I actually haven't been with. I don't think I've actually been with an Asian girl.
Yeah, you'd split them in half, dude.
Maybe not if they're Vietnamese.
They'll do your laundry for a fucking year after that shit.
I'm gonna date a Vietnamese girl, and I'm just gonna be like, this is for Nam.
Bet you won't blow up them kids no more.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Knock these bitches out of the trees.
Yeah. Well, that was the entire purpose of wanting to talk to you. Like, I don't care about anything else you have to say, but holy shit, dude.
So
I appreciate it. I'll use a lot of this for my ringtone.
Yeah, what's your? I still need. What's your Tinder pickup line? What's your go-to line on Tinder, or whatever app you use, Grinder, whatever?
I just usually just say hey.
That's it. You just say
I don't
hey.
I say hey, or I'll send. In the office where Michael Scott says like I'm ready to be heard again. I'll send a gift of him being like, I'm ready to be heard again.
Nice.
So have you ever sent an unsolicited dick pic? I'll take the silence as consent.
Probably. I mean, when I was like 16 or something.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Good Lord.
I don't remember.
Did they reply saying, quit sending pics of your dad's dick?
Yeah, it's like I might be 15, but my dick's fucking 40.
my dick was able to buy beer before I could.
Your dick is essentially an obese,
Your dick could fill a
fucking
beer can.
40-year-old Southern man.
Yeah.
My dick's not racist though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we wanted. Appreciate you calling in and talking about your penis with us for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's nice to do it being recorded this time, so now I have evidence.
Yeah, but we're promoting this shit. Like, if you want to see an impressive fucking dick, it's fans only. /the elf man.
Yeah.
And there's nothing elfish about that shit. Should have called it the orc man.
It's like an elf arm.
It's a hobbit leg.
It's going on an adventure later.
Yeah, good for you.
But yeah, man, I guess I could have been more clever with the name too, since everything else I have is the elf man. I thought
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I thought it was funny that you were like, man, that was easy to find. I was like, shit, it showed up with my fucking people you may know.
Oh God.
Yeah, I didn't think about that either when I made it. I was like, but whatever, it's fine. It's whatever.
I just assumed it was a fucking ex-girlfriend that hated you and maybe made a an account with your fucking pics, but. Yeah. So this is even
me a favor, but
this is even more reason that I want one of your fucking Tinder hookups to fucking call us.
Right.
Or an ex-girlfriend. I want to ask him about some of this shit.
I can do that. I can find somebody for you. I'll find someone.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I want that.
All right, I got you. I'll find one or two, or we'll figure it out.
All right, dude. Thanks for calling.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks for.
Hey, when you come into Knoxville, actually come sit with us.
Yeah.
Whenever this shit gets all figured out.
I told you, because God damn it, I know you're not making money off of the fucking. Well, maybe you are, but I told you I will pay for your gas if you come here.
Do you have a Camboy account?
No, webcams are expensive.
You're leaving money on the table, man. Webcams are expensive. You have a smartphone. Webcams aren't that expensive.
Dude, or you could be one of those straight guys that do gay porn.
Yeah, no,
amateur
probably not.
porn.
I don't think I'd ever do gay porn.
Yeah, I told Joey, dude, it'd be rough being a power bottom for you.
It'd be a hate crime at that point.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right,
dude.
Figure out when you're coming to Knoxville.
Get drunk.
All right.
Yep. All right.
That was straight up worth the phone call.
Yeah. That was the elf dick.
He is fucking terrible to talk to over the phone, though.
Yeah, he can be.
Yeah.
I will say he was funnier on that call than he was the hour-long episode we did with him.
Absolutely.
So,
it's because we were talking about something he cares about.
Yeah, I guess so. So, Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty. Yes.
They're back with more episodes this past Sunday.
Fantastic.
It was a great episode. It was a chore to follow.
Okay.
Chore may be the wrong word, but it was a fucking lot. It was so much back and forth going on and things like that.
But see, to me,
but it was so Rick and Morty.
The glory of that, and again, that's the difference between how I watch things and how you watch things, because you really lock in on the details.
Yeah.
I just enjoy the ride. So for me, like, I didn't even overthink any of that shit. I was like, this is fucking stellar.
Oh, I don't feel like I overthought it, but it was a lot of, okay, we're in this timeline, quote. It wasn't a timeline, but we're in this part now. Okay, now we're back here. Now we're back. And I do try to figure some of that stuff out to make sure that I don't miss whatever's trying to be told.
Exactly. You watch it from a much more analytical perspective than I do. That's
I can't help that. It's so weird. Like, I can't turn that off.
I know.
It's like...
Well, like we mentioned last episode, you're so fucking literal compared to me.
It's hard to watch TV with me.
Yeah. Like, I'm a much more conceptual... Like, I'm pretty literal when it comes to music. Not lyrically, but as far as, like, I analyze the shit out of songs and I break them down, whatever. But you do that much more with TV and movies than I do. Like, I just take it at face value and I'm fucking along for the ride.
See, I do take a lot of things at face value because there's a lot of things that I like that you don't like. And it's because I took it at face value and I feel like it did what it set out to do.
Right. Okay.
I by no means think, and I've not seen any since episode since the third one, since number 3, the Fast and Furious stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like them as movies, but they do exactly what they set out to do.
Right.
They do. I don't know any other way to say it. They do exactly what they set out to do.
But in a way, that's still a literal way of thinking.
I guess so.
Right.
But
because
I
you're
don't
like,
know,
they have
whatever.
a purpose, they fulfilled the purpose, and therefore it's not
Yeah, the
good.
storyline and everything I think probably sucks overall. But like I said, I haven't seen anything since the third one.
Yeah. Oh, by the fucking way, guess what? Like Don sent me this other day, and it made my whole fucking day better. They are making Sylvester Stallone has confirmed
Yep.
Demolition Man goddamn 2.
I heard that. the other day,
Holy
yeah.
shit, I'm so happy. That is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I know it
I've
is.
watched it a fucking 50 times probably. I
yeah?
love it so much.
It's gonna be shitty.
Oh, it's gonna be. I just hope it's in the same vein of shitty as the fucking original. That's all I ask.
I got you.
Like the new Rambo.
I haven't seen it yet, and I need to go watch it.
A lot of people hated it. I liked it because it's Rambo.
Yep.
But I didn't like it because they deviated from the normal, like, fucking formula of
Yeah.
what they did. Well, let me rephrase it. The formula was there, but the atmosphere and the concept behind it wasn't. And that bothered me. I was like, he doesn't, it was a cool, like, shoot 'em up, whatever movie, but it
Right.
didn't feel like a Rambo movie.
To me, First Blood is nearly a work of art.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing.
It is really, it's not just a great Rambo movie. It's a good movie.
Yeah. See, I loved all of the Rambo movies. Even
Yeah,
people,
no, I like them
people
all
will
as
say
well.
First Blood Part 2 sucked. People say that the one in Afghanistan, the third one, was kind of shitty, but better than this. I fucking loved all of them. I love fucking Rambo movies.
Even Rocky, the first Rocky movie was a good movie. It's a good movie. The
Right.
rest of them are not. I'm not saying they're bad, but
Right.
they're not Rocky. They're not the first Rocky. I mean,
I
but
love
anyway, yeah, no, I do too.
But I
I
have-
haven't watched any of the Creed stuff.
Right, I haven't either. Only
And I
because
hear they're good.
But I don't want a good Rocky movie. Like, I don't want a well-acted, well-produced. Like, I want fucking Rocky movies. Like the
I get
shitty, like, kitschy, what the fuck ever.
Right.
But I love all the 80s and fucking early 90s Schwarzenegger movies. Like, I
Yeah.
love fucking
Commando.
Commando,
Commando was
Predator,
great.
The Running Man.
What about Conan the Barbarian?
Yeah.
And Conan the Conqueror.
Yeah.
Conan the Barbarian I like. Conan the Conqueror I can give or take. But Conan the Barbarian
See, I like all
love
that garbage. Love
Yeah.
all that. Have you watched Velocipaster yet?
No, I've not watched Velocipaster. There's
God
too much
damn it.
good TV to watch.
No, dude, it's good in the best way.
No, I know.
Or
I
bad
know.
in a good way.
I know. I haven't watched it.
Take the time. You'll thank me.
Maybe Gabe's here tonight. Maybe I can get him to
Or at
get on
least
board with it.
priority over Velocipaster is fucking Miami Connection.
Yeah, I know. I knew that's what you were going to say.
Fucking
I almost
watch
said
it.
Kung Fu Hustle, but that's not.
Have you ever seen The Room? Arguably the
Wait a
worst movie ever made.
Wait, what?
Oh, hi, Mark.
So there's
you
another
would
movie
know it.
called The Room.
That Franco made. And it was basically a pseudo biopic documentary of the original The Room.
No, the one I'm thinking about has Brie Larson in
Oh,
it,
no.
where she's
No,
been
no, no,
kidnapped
no,
and
no.
she has a kid.
This came out in the 90s.
Yeah, I don't.
It is.
and
It
I'm
is arguably the worst movie ever made. Like the guy that wrote it, produced it, did the whole thing himself, and it's become this cult classic. It is fucking trash in the most glorious of ways. Like I can't even describe it. It's almost like if a bunch of college dudes were like, "Hey, let's make a fucking movie, man."
Yeah.
It's bad.
Do you have a buzz at all?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I have a little bit of a buzz, but
Yeah.
granted, I had about 3 or 4 shots before you got here
Yeah, but
mixed
still,
with my coffee.
it's a
but
goddamn
still.
120
Yeah, 125.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just noticed that.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Rick and Morty.
Yeah. Rick and Morty.
Yeah. So one of the more recent, like just solidly Rick and Morty episodes, like it was so just, what's the, I can't think of the word I'm trying to use for it, but
To me,
Anyway.
it perfectly
Yep.
like encompassed everything that Rick and Morty is supposed to be.
oh yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. It's the most Rick and Morty episode we've had in a while.
It's not their best episode, but
No.
it's the most Rick and Morty episode. Like as far as Like if you were to make a cartoon about Rick and Morty,
Yeah.
like that's what this would be.
So out of this season, this current season that we're in, not all the other ones, out of this current season, what's your favorite episode?
Oh, dude, I don't even know. Like I really like this season in general. Just it's
I have
so
too.
dark. It's so fucked up.
Very dark. Yeah, but the last season was pretty damn dark.
Oh yeah, but I'm feeling this season is going to get darker because even this episode,
The snakes episode.
Yeah, well, like this dude, like my least favorite has been the toilet episode.
Really, that was your
my
least favorite.
Yeah.
I
But like
liked
this
that.
scene,
It
like
had
with
some
the
depth to
dude
it.
spinning with the fucking blood squirt. Oh, it's like Jesus
that was,
Christ.
Well, it was just so funny how it kept going back to what reality was.
Yeah.
And this guy was just spinning, spraying blood over everyone in reality, but in this fake universe that Rick had created,
Yeah.
he's just
So along those lines,
the first time I saw that guy spinning above everyone like a makeshift Chuck E. Cheese, I
lost it.
went, Jesus Christ.
Well, it was funny because he was playing essentially the same game that Rick and Morty played when they have the arcade when they did the fucking I can't remember the name of the game. Yeah. Speaking of Community and Dan Harmon, or not?
My God.
So
Speaking
of Dan Harmon going to Community.
my God.
What do you think? What do you think?
They
is
better
the
not.
movie happening?
This better not be a dick tease.
I know it feels like a giant cock
Oh
tease.
my God, Dan Harmon's good for one.
I'm trying not to get my hopes up, but they're there. They're up.
When I saw Joe McHale's post when I was scrolling through Instagram earlier today, and it was the screenshot. He took a picture of his computer screen with Donald Glover, Danny Pudi, Gillian Jacobs, Yvette Nicole Brown, Allison Brie, Jim Rash, Dan Harmon, and I want to say there was one other person on there, but I can't remember for sure because someone sat in for Walton Goggins, who did the character in the episode, which I love Walton Goggins.
Yeah,
but anyway.
But that whole it was an impromptu Darkest Timeline podcast. It's on YouTube now. You can watch the whole fucking thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like an hour-long Darkest Timeline episode.
But they did a Zoom table read of a script
for Vanity Fair. I think it was.
Is that what it was for?
It was like a charity thing. You could donate while they were
Vanity
doing
Fair
it.
has done something good.
Yeah, for a change.
But it was the episode where Pierce had died, and everyone had to take the lie detector test to determine if they were going to get his.
Which that Dan Harmon was behind picking that episode.
Oh, for sure. But one of my favorite parts of that episode was when Walton Goggins' character asked Jeff this. He's looking at the question. He goes, "Are you gay?" It's a lie detector test.
Yeah. That was a great episode.
It was a really good episode. Well, it was one of the ones after Dan Harmon came back because season 4, Dan Harmon's not part of it.
Right.
Dan Harmon comes back for season 5, and that's one of those episodes that you really, really feel Dan Harmon on the episode. Yeah. And it was a great. Season 5 was a great season anyway. Even though starting at about season 3 maybe or 4, they cut everything down to like 13 episode seasons rather than the standard 22 or 24 episode seasons. But my God, that's a good episode.
Yeah, it was so good. Well, anyway, but the interview, he also posted a clip of Donald Glover talking about how much he missed it and how much he really enjoyed the thing. He's in if they do a movie. I guarantee you.
He's got to be. So what I was going to say,
he made time for a goddamn table read.
He did a Zoom table read at that.
Yeah,
but the photo that Joel McHale posted on Instagram, Donald Glover looked the happiest in that photo that I've seen him look in years.
Well, that was the clip.
He never looks happy.
That was the
anymore.
clip that they shared was him talking about it, and he was laughing and talking about how much he loved it and missed it, and it kind of kicked him off.
I love his music. I think Donald Glover is a true genius for his generation.
He absolutely is.
And I think he's got his. I think his genius comes with some demons that we don't know what they are.
As they do.
But yes, as they do. But I think he, honest to God, is, and I think Dan Harmon is a genius.
Oh yeah.
But Donald Glover is as much as Danny Pudi, that character of Abed is the show.
Right.
From his perspective. Now that's debatable. Some people will debate you and say it's not, but no one's ever confirmed that I know of that it is his perspective.
Yeah.
But it makes sense if you really go back.
It does.
Now watching the show for the third time, it makes complete sense watching it. And you even notice more things now if you watch it from his perspective.
Right.
So Danny Pudi really does a lot for that show. But Donald Glover is the talent on that show, in my opinion. And I love Joel McHale. And I think Alison Brie is great. I think even Chevy Chase has some shitty movies. But as far as a physical comedic actor, Chevy Chase is the fucking man.
Yeah, but see, I don't like Chevy Chase.
I don't care for Chevy Chase either.
Because his
But you can't argue his physical comedy is just great.
I will. His physical comedy was great when he was popular. He did the same fucking bits over and over
I understand
and
that, but
over
there's only
and
so many
over.
bits you can do with physical
Exactly.
comedy.
So like
he's still
run
great,
his course.
but that doesn't mean that he's not great at it.
He was great at it.
I think he still is, considering his age.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Everything,
in all
everything
fairness,
points to him being an asshole and hard as hell to work
outside
with.
of that, like, I have never been a Chevy Chase fan.
Okay.
Other than when I was a kid, Christmas Vacation. But I have never liked Chevy Chase.
Well,
as an
if
actor.
you watched Christmas Vacation now for the first time, you wouldn't like it.
No, it's just nostalgia. But
Yes,
I have
that's it.
never been.
Goonies is the same way.
Right. I never have liked Chevy Chase at all.
Yeah.
His early Saturday Night Live when he was doing the news segment was great.
It was, but his
Outside of
bit
that-
with Richard Pryor for the job interview is
Right.
history.
So Saturday Night Live, Chevy Chase. I'll give you that.
Yep.
After that, fuck Chevy Chase. I've never been a fan of his.
Okay.
And I'm saying some people will regard him as one of the greatest physical comedians or actors. I've never cared for him. And
Sure,
that's
but
not
I would
denying
agree
his-
with he's one of the greater physical comedians of.
And don't get me wrong, I
the
won't
last
deny his
50
talent
years.
and his draw and appeal. But
Chris Farley's the same way.
I've just
Chris
never been a
Farley's a
fan.
great physical
Right.
actor.
right. But yeah, I've never been a Chase. But Steve Martin's the same way, and I think he's far more talented than
Sure, but
Chevy
he's
Chase.
he's one of those guys that's a genius. His brain works on a completely different level.
Exactly. Like I love, like there's some of his bits that I'm like when a lot of his stand up stuff I wasn't a fan of, but him in movies is fantastic.
Sure. Well,
Martin Short's the same way for me.
so Martin Short is in the show that I've been watching on Apple TV, The Morning Show.
Which I haven't watched yet.
It's good. It's good. It's
I've
not
heard
what
it
I
is.
thought it was, but it is good. But Mark Duplass is in it, and I love Mark Duplass.
Creep 3 is happening, by the way.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Creep 1 was amazing. Creep 2 lived up.
Right,
It's
but it
not
was-
as
but it
good.
wasn't great.
No sequels are. I can't think of a sequel that's as good or better than the first. There are some that are almost as good.
Empire Strikes Back.
Okay, I'll give you that. And even I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but I'll give you that one. Yeah.
Second
Okay.
Lord of the Rings.
Ooh, I kind of put all three of them equal.
Okay.
I put them all three together because I felt didn't they film them almost all at the same time?
Yeah,
so it's really one long movie they cut up into three.
Yeah, okay. I'll give
That's
you
kind of the way I look at that. But anyway,
Which, by
I'll
the
give
way,
you
I
Empire.
love Peter Jackson, but he fucked The Hobbit right in the goddamn asshole.
Well, you think so? I only
Yeah.
watched one.
Yeah. Well, like, okay,
movie.
Lord of the Rings, he kind of fucked the books a little bit. Like he
Okay.
kept the feel.
Yeah, well,
and,
no
and a
one
lot
ever
of the,
goes
and a lot of the,
completely by the
the
book.
big points, right? But he really fucked the Hobbit because the continuity that he put in place with the Lord of the Rings.
Well,
he
see,
had
I've
to
never
keep
read
that-
any of those books, and you
Oh,
have.
they're so
Yeah,
good.
I hate reading. I hate
know.
reading.
I know.
I
know.
I've really got to be into something to read it.
Right.
So anyway, again, Empire. Maybe that's the thing that
Star
proved,
Trek 2, Search for Spock. Was that the second one?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I can't remember all of the Star Trek
Aliens
movies.
was better than Alien.
You think so?
Yeah.
Ooh, it's close.
So I'm going to go ahead and go on a limb that a lot of sci-fi movies, the sequels are
that's-
better than the first ones.
maybe that is.
Not all, but a chunk.
Speaking of sci-fi and Star Wars, did you know supposedly Walton Goggins is going to be in this next season of The Mandalorian?
No.
And I hear that either Django or Boba Fett is going to be in it.
Wow. Because The Mandalorian was so fucking good.
And I'm not a huge Star Wars fan.
And I even hated Baby Yoda.
Yeah, I didn't.
Or he's not Baby Yoda,
okay.
but...
I shouldn't say I hated Baby Yoda. I hated everyone calling them Baby Yoda because it wasn't Yoda.
Right. But what kills me about that is because George Lucas, which granted he wasn't as heavily involved in this, but there's always been this factor like when he introduced the Ewoks, I was like, man, fuck that. I mean, granted, it was a cool movie.
You don't
but
feel like the Ewoks were an integral part of the story?
they could have come up with 1,000 everything, but they were starting to
sure,
get the
but-
kid appeal. It was
I
the
got
same
you.
way with when they threw Jar Jar into the old
Fuck
movies.
Jar Jar Binks. It was
Right.
annoying.
But that's
the character,
but that
whatever.
started
that
with the
was
Ewoks.
so annoying.
That
No, I get
started
you.
there.
But see, the Ewoks didn't annoy me the way Jar Jar Binks
But like
did.
Jude, right? He finally watched the prequels. He fucking loves Jar Jar because that's what it was. That's the demographic it was aimed at.
I get you.
But at the expense of making you know what? I would like to see a goddamn rated R Star Wars.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It'll never happen.
No.
Not because Disney owns it now. It'll never happen.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Deadpool?
Oh, I love Deadpool.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you watch the sequel?
Absolutely. It lives up.
Yeah. It wasn't better.
It's not it. Nope.
But
it's not.
But
Because here's the reason, in my opinion, here's the reason why it's not better.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have the shock value of Deadpool anymore.
No. Well, I thought the story was a little weaker as well.
Okay, I'll give you that. Yep.
But Ryan Reynolds, God damn.
Me and Olivia went to see Deadpool 1 in theaters together, and we both left like that was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that and Logan are fucking fantastic movies.
Oh my God. And I never really got into I watched the first couple of X-Men movies, but then they just got to be too much to keep up with and a bit annoying.
Yeah.
But
well, the
Logan
X-Men movies
was
were mediocre
just-
at best.
It's what it should be.
Yeah.
That's what Wolverine's story should be. 'Cause
Absolutely.
Wolverine was a fucking asshole.
Yeah. I'd like to see like old
An
like,
asshole with a
original-
heart.
Right. I'd like to see like to me, especially with some of the modern comics, if I could see some more rated R fucking comic book movies, that would be so good.
To me, that's where Superman has not lived up because, and the
Well, see, I
Dark
could
Knight
see-
series kind of sort of
That's
lived
the
up.
closest.
It's the
Like,
closest.
but a rated R
for
Batman-
DC anyway
Rated R Batman, holy shit, would be
really good. But I think if you could really dive into Superman from a rated R perspective, I think it could be. I think it could live up. I'm not
Maybe.
saying it will be as good as the Batman stuff, but
right. Superman's so PC though.
he is. But if everything else
Like Lex
wasn't,
Luthor to let loose.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But even like if they made a proper X-Men movie with rated
Yep.
R characters, because that's the only way you could let, like you said, Wolverine, the fucking just out of the box. It'd be so good.
Yeah.
So good.
So to rein us back to where we started this conversation,
Hunter's dick.
yeah, that's rated R for sure. Maybe NC-17.
Right. Rated I for fucking inside something. Jesus Christ. Or E for elephant.
What's your favorite Rick and Morty episode of our current season?
I don't know. Because I don't remember any episode names.
Well, sure, but you remember what was going on in the episode. For me, I think
fucking-
it's the snake one.
Which one was the snake one?
That's the one where Morty kills the snake in space while Rick's changing the tire
Okay,
on
yeah,
the
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
and it alters.
What's the Edge of Tomorrow? The play off the name. It was.
I don't
That's
remember.
the one that's my favorite because it was a play. The title was a play off of the
Yeah.
sci-fi movie with Tom Cruise.
For me, the snake one was, which I also listened to the Adult Swim podcast afterwards,
Right.
and hear kind of from a music perspective because it altered things to where you had snake jazz on Earth.
Snake jazz.
Snake jazz, and so Summer was dancing to snake, and it was just, and that was just
Yep.
to me, it's the genius of Dan Harmon
Right.
and Justin Roiland
Yep.
in there.
Justin Roiland's so good.
He's
Did you ever
very
watch
good.
Gravity Falls?
No,
Dude. So it's a kid show. It was on Disney. It is fan-fucking-tastic.
really.
It was Justin Roiland. There's actually some crossover. There's some Gravity Falls shit in Rick and Morty. There's one scene where they have, and it's in I think it's the first episode when they have portals open. The notebook and this pin from Gravity Falls from this other scene comes out of one of the portals.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I got.
But
you.
anyway, it was a legitimately great cartoon. Still geared towards like 10-year-old, 10 to probably 13-year-olds.
Yeah.
But dude, it was a great fucking cartoon.
Okay.
Highly
But it's a
recommended.
kids show.
It's a
though.
kids show.
Okay.
But there's enough.
I've heard of it, but I've never
adult
watched it.
tinge, I guess.
I got you.
Not adult jokes,
like
but adult
Phineas and
tinge.
Ferb. Phineas and
Yeah,
Ferb
yeah.
was a good kids show, but it had some adult stuff in there,
Right.
like that would appeal to a stay-at-home parent.
Yeah, yeah. Which my wife and I have been watching. Nailed It on Netflix, which is like
Oh, yeah?
it's
I
essentially a
watched
baking show where they get people that aren't very good, and kind of like the whole trend that was going on in like Pinterest and shit, where they'd have like this beautiful immaculate cake and their version of it, which was trash. And that's essentially what the show wraps around. They give them these professionally made, amazing fucking cakes and whatever, and these people try to make them. And like the best, it's basically like being the best of the worst.
Yeah.
But it's rated TV PG, super clean. But there's a ton of fucking like very adult humor, just nods and stuff. And I know it's been Because we could watch it because the kids were here for 3 fucking weeks.
Right.
By the way, I had this thought.
Yep.
This is the other thing I was going to mention. Could you imagine me as a father of a child with some type of developmental or mental disorder?
Oh God. Yeah. Oof, I might have to adopt that kid.
See, I think I would be a good dad. I do because I'm a good dad now. But I hate.
right.
But I am. But
Okay.
I hate being a good dad. Because I just want to fucking throw the goddamn kids in the backyard, whatever. So my mental place, if I had to raise like a severely mentally challenged child, oh, dude, I'd probably kill myself to spite the fucking kid. Like, I hate having my kids now for 3 weeks. I love the shit out of them.
And you didn't even have them for one of those weeks.
Exactly. And it was terrible. But they love to show me. I love them. Like, I take care of them. But so, by the way, the last day, my daughter, see, there's 3 things I won't tolerate. There's only 3 that are my big things. One is deliberately disobeying some shit that I've said.
I got you.
Disrespect and lying. So I told my daughter it was bedtime, whatever.
I think also, based on the last episode, you won't tolerate people wanting you to sit with them while they eat a snack. But go ahead.
That's just neediness. I hate fucking neediness. Anyway, so told the daughter at bedtime, whatever. Went in there. She's fucking on her phone, like on the down low, and she did the whole like try to put it to sleep real fast so I wouldn't see it. And so my deal with the kids is they have their own rooms. My youngest son is the smallest room. My daughter's the biggest. Stepson has the basement.
Yep.
And so the threat's been, you don't take care of your room and keep it clean, you have to trade rooms with your fucking sibling. Like Lyric is the oldest, you get the small room. Jude gets the big room if Lyric fucks up. And if, that type of thing.
But I mean, is it still full of all of her stuff?
It is. But part of her being the oldest is she was super stoked to get the biggest room that she picked. So it's more of like out of principle, not so much, whatever. So anyway, she did that, and I was like, you just lost your fucking room. Congratulations. You
I hope you
fucked
said
up.
that.
Not like that. But I did tell her, I said, congratulations, you lost your room.
Congratulations.
You disobeyed your attitude. I told her your attitude has been garbage. So congratulations, you've lost your privileges. And so the next morning, man, this is their last day at my house too. The last day they had to trade rooms.
So that's what she's left with.
Yeah. So I did check with my son though, because he loves his room. And I said, hey, I'm not going to make you guys move if you don't want to move. I said, but your sister fucking dicked up. And I said, your sister messed up just a little bit. So if you want the big room, you can have it. And he was like, well, can I get a rug for my Legos? And I was like, yeah, you can get a rug for your Legos. He was like, I want the big room. I was like, okay, fair enough.
A rug for my Legos.
And I said, well, if you're a jerk to your sister, you guys are switching back.
Yeah.
But he's been like super cool, like kept his room
So how long
spotless.
does she not get that room?
Forever.
Oh,
It's
forever.
a permanent fucking trade.
It's a permanent trade.
Yeah, unless somebody
That's
fucks
weird.
up. Why?
Okay. No, I mean, that's usually punishments don't last forever.
It's consequence to her
I
actions.
understand
Because
consequences.
it's not a punishment, it's a consequence.
I get
A punishment would be like locking her in a goddamn closet until she was sorry. Because I told her, on top of that, her room was fucking trashed. I told her, you obviously are not acting responsible enough to fucking keep your room. So,
Sure.
And the thing is, like, my whole thing is if she starts being a fucking bitch all the time and like sneaky shit, she loses her door. Like, she will lose all fucking privacy if she keeps doing that shit.
Loses the door. No, I get the door thing. I for sure get that. Yeah.
I'll
we
take
made
I'll
Gabe
start
cut
with-
his hair one time because of his attitude.
Yeah, I'll start with her door, and then it'll go all of her books, all of her... So she will get down to where she has a mattress in the goddamn corner. I am okay with that.
So Gabe had an attitude. Gabe started growing this fro when he was in his early teen years.
I remember the fro.
Yeah. And with the fro came an attitude. And we were like, hey, you got to check this attitude.
Right.
And part of it was just part of being an early teen.
Yeah.
All young teens have an attitude.
Yeah.
But anyway, eventually it's too much, and Krista makes him cut his hair, and like we took his blackness away for that moment. And this is just the straw that broke the whitewashing back. Right. I mean,
so did you ever go through and find out? Because I have found this to be consistent with Lyric now that she's getting to this age, and then also Eli. That like at about 11-ish, 10 maybe, they start getting this weird dichotomy where they act really mature and they want some fucking responsibility, or not responsibility, but autonomy, but
Yep.
they'll revert to like being a goddamn 5-year-old,
Sure.
like in a heartbeat, back and
Yep.
forth. And then they don't want to talk about shit. I'm fine. It's fine.
It's this weird place that they get where they're not purposely or even what's the word I'm looking for? They're not purposely or even
It's not intentional.
Yeah, they're not intentionally bouncing back and forth, but they're in this weird place where
it's hormones versus kid.
they're just constantly bouncing back.
But
and
it's almost
forth.
like they regress a little bit on
little
one
bit,
side.
yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but she's getting to the age too where she doesn't want to talk about anything because she feels like it's stupid or whatever the fucking case may be. Eli went through the same fucking thing. And so what I've discovered I have to do I have to break them. I broke Eli. Like, if we were just talking to him, he's getting in trouble. He'd be like, okay, try to keep that stiff upper lip. I'd keep pushing and I knew if I hit tears, not like a little water up, but if I hit like, then I broke him and we made progress.
Yeah.
I got to do the same fucking thing with my daughter because if I start talking to her, she's like, okay, yes, sir. Okay.
I definitely agree that there comes a time in a lot of kids, not all kids, but in a lot of kids where you do have to break them down,
right,
to then build them back up to being a good citizen.
Up. Right. Well, it's also a matter of like breaking through that fucking shit ass attitude they have, that preteen, till they realize how they're vulnerable and they'll talk to you.
Yes, all teens have that shitty attitude, but some of them snap out of it easily.
Right. And it's not about breaking them down and ruin them. It's about getting to the point of vulnerability where they'll talk and work through their shit. So it's breaking through that fucking thing they're trying to put on, whatever the fuck it is, not want to talk, attitude, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you can talk and keep them. Like I told my kids, we had a family meeting this last time to address some attitude shit. And I said, listen.
Family meeting.
Well, that's how I do it.
Listen
Like
to you Brady Bunchers.
Well, no, what I always call it's like what we do is it's basically me getting to fucking tell them all the shit they're doing wrong together.
Of course.
But I give them a chance to explain themselves, type of thing. And so anyway, and I don't remember where I was going with that. Fucking, you fucked me up with the Brady Bunch thing. You fucking
family
cunt.
meeting because of attitudes.
Yeah, no, I got that, but I was going somewhere with you. Fucking fuck you. But anyway, I told him. I was like, listen, I love you guys, I do.
Yep.
But I was like, I don't care if you're happy. I said, I only care if you turn out to be a good person and not a piece of garbage when you grow up.
Yeah.
I was like, that's all I care about. I was like, now, I love you, and if you're happy, I'm glad you're happy. But I don't fucking care if you're happy.
Yeah.
I only care if you're learning to be a good person. Because at the gas station earlier that day, there's this dude, and he was going off on this like 20-year-old fucking cashier. Because the 20-year-old cashier had made a joke. Granted, in the work environment, it wasn't an appropriate joke. Sure, he shouldn't have made it. But this guy was like, I can't believe you would say that to me. I'm a paying customer.
What did the person say? Do you know?
So he was joking. The guy came up and he was like, oh, do you have a pilot's reward card? Or, whatever the case may be. And the guy was like, no, I don't. And he was like, well, then get out of my store. And laughed.
Oh.
So, obviously joking.
Yeah.
Obviously joking. This guy was like, I can't believe you would say that to me. I'm a paying customer.
Yeah,
you
fuck
need
that
to
guy.
learn.
Yeah.
But I mean, was yelling in the store. And I was like, what the fuck? And he goes and he walked and he goes, you're giving me this goddamn Coke for free. Took the Coke, walked out. And I was talking to his wife in the window. Like, I hope you didn't want something because this guy was being rude and I refused to. I was like, fucking, I could have been like, you could have said like, hey man, it's like, I know you were joking, but I don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
Problem done.
Sure.
But I was like, fucking goddamn. And I told them because they were both there with me. And I was like, do you guys want to, you remember what we saw today? I was like, do you want to be that way when you grow up? And they're like, no. I was like, that's the kind of person that has an attitude and takes shit personally.
Yeah.
Because Lyric's really bad about, like, she'll bag on everybody else and be a bitch. But the one time you aggravate her, it's like, I don't like it. Don't talk to me that way. I'm going to go sulk. I was like, fucking shit, woman. Anyway, so that was the whole shebang. That was me bitching because my kids are the fucking worst. All kids are the fucking worst, really.
I got you.
Anyway.
I still do not understand or comprehend you not liking your kids or being around you. I know you love them. I get that. But the whole...
They have their moments where I enjoy them.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. My kids get on my nerves still to this day. But I genuinely like my kids and like being around them.
And maybe I will when they're older.
Maybe that's the case. But I feel like I've been this way since they were early teens.
I think what it is I'm selfish. And I don't like dealing with...
I know you're selfish.
Yeah. I don't like dealing with kid bullshit. Like if I
I
could
get
fast forward, like I want them the fuck out of my house. I don't want to have to raise them. I don't want to have to do this bullshit. I don't want to have to like instill discipline and try to counteract what their fucking mom pours into them, which is a bunch of goddamn horse shit. Like fuck their mom.
Sure, I get that.
She loves them, but like her idea anyway. She like it's terrible.
I get it.
Anyway,
I think
so
maybe
I'm
part
tired of
the-
all that shit.
I think, and this just kind of came into my mind. Is I wonder if part of the thing is that I had kids at such a young age that I'm a slightly more understanding of the youngness of kids when they have stuff.
Well,
I don't know.
No,
but-
I understand their youngness. I just don't like it.
No, I understand that, but I think because I had them at such a young age, it's much easier for me to remember the feeling.
No.
And I also had this, but because your relationship with your parents growing up is completely different than what my relationship with my parents was.
Right.
So I think that's
Which shapes a lot of people,
it
right?
absolutely
Yeah.
does. Yeah. So
But-
I didn't. You and your dad had this kind of cut up relationship. Not to say that he didn't lay the law down ever, or your
Right.
mom didn't.
I got my
but-
ass beat.
Yeah, sure. And see, my dad never did that growing up, but my mom did. My mom would beat the shit out of us if we stepped out of line. But my dad didn't. But my dad would say weird things to us like, "Are you stupid?" Like,
Right.
And then if you answered the question, it was, "No, you're not stupid."
Right.
Well, so why would you do something? Anyway.
Yeah. See, that's the one thing with me. I won't call the kids stupid. I don't
No,
talk down to
yeah.
them. I don't even raise my voice most of the time. I've only yelled at my kids twice.
Yeah. Well, I can remember one time playing backyard baseball with the big red bat and the white ball.
Right.
And I was probably 12 or 13. And it was always me and Will against
The world.
yeah, it was always me and Will against the world. We got caught smoking together.
Nice.
It's his fault though.
Smoking pole.
Anyway, so we always played against my stepsister and then Jessica, my sister, and then our youngest brother, David. So
Okay.
David is 6 years younger than I am. Jessica,
Right.
4 years younger than me. So anyway, me and Will, and you remember back in the day, you played Ghost Man on first and blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
yeah,
and all
yeah.
this bullshit. So I go up to bat one time, and Paula, my stepsister, plays Jessica up close because she thinks I'm going to barely hit it to advance a runner.
I'm going to interrupt you for 2
Yep.
seconds. I realized occasionally, and more with you telling this, you have a lot. I shouldn't say a lot. I don't know half of your family. I've
Yeah.
met your dad. I've met your mom. I've met
Yep.
Jessica. I've met David.
You met
and
Will. Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, well, there's only one other person then on my mom. You've met Mary. That's
Well,
on my
Mary.
mom's side of the
Well,
family.
that's like
She's 12 years younger than me, so it's a little different. You met her when she was a child.
yeah.
But Paula is Will's sister. She's my stepsister, but she's Will's sister. Oh, you look like you're fixing to call up dinosaurs.
No. It went down the wrong pipe. I was
Okay.
trying to start hacking.
Okay. So Paula brings Jessica up close. She thinks I'm going to barely hit it and whatever. And I knock the shit out of the ball. And it hits Jessica right square in the thigh.
Nice.
And so let's just say if I'm 12, Jessica's 8.
Okay.
And she's Dad's favorite. As Olivia is my favorite. That's not go for it. I dare you. She's Dad's favorite as Olivia is my favorite. It's a kind of a Southern dad thing. The daughter's typically the favorite
Jude's my
from
favorite.
the dad. Okay, like I said, typically. But anyway, and it hits Jessica right square in the thigh, and she's screaming bloody murder.
Yeah.
And Dad comes around the side of the house, and he's like, "What happened?" And I can't remember who said, me or Paul or somebody said, like, I hit the ball, hit Jessica in the thigh. And he kicked me right square in the ass. That's the most physical punishment I ever got from my dad.
Really?
Is he was like, "You're trying to kill the ball and you're gonna hurt
Yeah.
your sister," whatever. And kicked me. We had an Atlanta Braves like batting helmet that we had
Right.
gotten, and he kicked it across the yard, broke it,
That's
kicked
crazy.
me right square in the ass.
See, the
And
last spanking I got, I was 17.
I was as well.
Yeah.
From my mom.
Yeah. I'm from
and
my dad.
I laughed.
See, I didn't
couldn't
laugh.
help but laugh.
Right.
My mom.
See, it didn't hurt at that point.
Here's why I laughed.
But I knew
My
better.
mom would say, "Put your hands on the counter,"
Right.
and I put my hands on the counter, and I just happened to turn.
Did
and
you have
glance.
to drop trowel?
No,
See, I got bare ass, or not bare ass, but at least underwear assed.
I probably had on gym shorts or something like that, but it wouldn't have mattered. For whatever reason, I had my hands on the counter, I'm 16 or 17 years old. I don't know why, but I decided to turn around and look. And she's taken a couple of hop steps to get me
to
with
make
this,
sure you get maximum
to get me with
damage at
this,
your age.
To get me with this belt. We had this homemade belt, this belt that my grandfather made.
Nice.
And she hits me with that, and I snickered. I laughed.
Nice.
And she said, I can't physically hurt you anymore. And she threatened to get one of the prophets from the church.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Do the, he was a
cast
large,
out that
large
spirit of rebellion.
black former military guy that had offered single moms that he would handle any of that stuff. I think he did anyway.
Oh my
Maybe we
God.
were just lied and
Which
told
is
that he did
fucking
that.
ridiculous.
I don't know if he did or not.
Right,
we
but
were all
still.
lied to and told that if he didn't. So anyway, she would now. I was scared that he would have beat the shit out of me.
Right.
But anyway, that's the last whooping I got.
See, I didn't dare laugh because my dad told, because I even told him, like, I was very respectful. But I was like, Dad, I'm 17. Are you really going to spank me? And I've told you this, but he told me, he's like, you can either take the spanking or I'm going to beat you like a man. It's your choice.
And you didn't take that?
No, I was like, I'll take the spanking. Because my dad was a big dude.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
And he would have fucking hurt me. Like, he would have been so, but to make it worse, like, the whipping didn't hurt. But him telling all my friends that he just whipped my ass was, like, the worst part of it. Because it was a drop and trowel, like, on the, oh my God, it was. We had this exercise bike, and it was always like, grab the handlebars.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was it like Mac's bike?
I don't know what the fuck kind of bike. I remember it was like gold colored.
No, I mean like Mac from Always Sunny.
Right, the ass blaster, or
Ass Blaster.
Ass Blaster 2000.
So
shit.
I had something else I was fixing to say as a last thing here, but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. You want to give me some final thoughts?
You
so
know,
we can get out of here?
I thought I had some, but like
you
this
wrote
whole
some stuff down.
I did, but really, all I ended up coming out with is I'm surprised you took a goddamn day off from work. Your kids are finally starting to move the fuck out, and Don's a cunt. That's all I wrote down. And I was formulating shit, but then we got totally sidetracked with Hunter's dick.
You're right.
You're
right.
That's really all it is.
That will take your mind off of things.
Yeah, or on things. All right, brother. I love you.
Oh my God. Yep.
Until next time.
Yep.
Give us a thumbs up on Facebook at B3F Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at B3F Podcast and on Instagram at B3F_podcast. Send us your questions or comments to bfff.podcast@gmail.com. Rate us and review us wherever you listen to the show. And as always, thanks for listening.